and I actually set some padding for these values. Okay, for the left padding, this is 100, for the top 0, for the right 0, and for the bottom 0. Okay, and then I actually assigned a color to this text view. Okay, text color, and as you can see here, the color of these group names are actually blue. Okay, color.blue, and I actually set a size to this text view. The size of these values is actually 40. Okay, and I actually returned this text view. Okay, and as you can see here, this method, this getGroupView method, actually returns a value of type view. Okay, and this text view is actually a subclass of view. Okay, so we can actually return this text view from this method, and as you can see here, these are the values that this method actually returns. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And now we need to actually return the children of these group views. As you can see here, sport class. As you can see, this sport view actually has a children. As you can see here, this sport view has children. Okay, so we need to actually return these values from this getChildView method. Okay, so this method is for actually returning the children of these group views. Okay, computer, as you can see here, and other values. So here, let's actually delete this return null here. And now we can actually put in our own implementations inside of this method. So as you can see here, this method actually returns a value of type view, and we have group position, child position, is last child. This is actually a Boolean argument, and we have this convert view. So we can actually change this argument name to view, and we have view group parent. Okay, group views are actually the parent of these children. Okay, so now I'm gonna paste in some lines of code here, and then I'm gonna explain to you what's going on here. So as you can see here, these are the lines of code that I actually pasted here inside of this method. Okay, and as you can see, first of all, again, I created an text view object. Okay, txt view assignment operator. Here I am initializing this object, new text view, and then for the constructor of this class, I need to assign a value of type context. So this is context. Okay, and then as you can see here, inside of our emulator, we have this txt view.setText child names. So these are the child names. As you can see, we have this array child names. This is actually a two-dimensional array. Okay, an array of arrays. Okay, so child names, group position. So we have this group position here. Okay, sub child position. Okay, so we can, as you can see, we have this sport, boxing, kickboxing, judo, football, basketball. Okay, so the group position is sport. Okay, for example, for the first group position, this is 0. Okay, so the this group position, if this group position is 0, this value would be sport. And as you can see, we have this child position. These are the columns. As you can see, we have these values that are inside of the actually index 0 of this child names two-dimensional array. Okay, so it's going to actually return these values to us. Okay, as you can see here, these are the values. And here I am actually setting the padding of this text view. Okay, 100 for the left, 0 for the top, 0 for the right, and 0 for the bottom. And as you can see, the color of these children, as you can see here, these text views that are inside of this group view, as you can see, this is red. This the color of these text views is red, as you can see, and the size of these text views is actually 30. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And I actually specified a set on click listener for this txt view object. As you can see here, if I click on these children, it's going to actually respond. Okay, but there is an error here. So here I actually created a toast object, toast.makeText. First, we need to specify the context. And the second, we need to actually specify the text that I want to actually show to the user. And the third argument is actually the length of our of the text, the duration of the text that is actually shown to the user. And then we are calling the show method on this toast. So if I click on this, for example, kickboxing here, it says kickboxing here. Okay, boxing, boxing, basketball, basketball. Okay, But as you can see here, there is an error here, okay? And it says that you cannot, variable txt view is accessed from within inner class, needs to be declared final. So as you can see here, as I said earlier in this section, that when you create an inner class, as you can see here, we are creating an inner class, an anonymous inner class. And that inner class, that anonymous inner class is actually implementing this onClick listener interface. And because that class is implementing this interface, it's going to actually override this method here. So we have this anonymous inner class, and inside of this inner class, we cannot refer to a value, to a variable that is not final, okay? That is actually not constant. So here we need to actually declare this text view as final, okay? And now as you can see, the error is gone, okay? And here after this set onClick listener, we are returning this txt view object, okay? And here we have another method, is child selectable. So the default implementation is enough for this method, but if we want to actually find the description about this method, we need to actually go to the documentation, as you can see here. And here inside the search bar, I can actually copy the name of this method and put it here, okay? As you can see, this is the method. This is actually an abstract method, and the return type of this method is Boolean, is child selectable, and this method actually accepts 2 arguments of type integer, group position, child position, and this is the description of this method, whether the child at the specified position is selectable. Okay, so we can specify that whether each child of these group views, as you can see here, are actually selectable or not. Okay. But for this application, it is enough. The default implementation is enough. Return false. And now, let's actually go to this main activity.java file here. And now let's actually create an object of this from this expandable ListView adapter. Okay. So here I can just type in expandable ListView adapter, and the name of this object is expandable ListView adapter. Or I could just name this object as adapter. Okay, it is simple. Assignment operator, new expandable ListView adapter. And as you can see inside the parentheses for this constructor, I need to specify the context. So inside this expandable ListView adapter, for the constructor of this class, I specified that this constructor actually accepts an argument of type context. Okay, so here we need to actually pass this context, and this context would be passed to this context instance variable. Okay, so here I can just type in main activity dot this. Okay, so this is the context, main activity dot this. This is our class. And here I can just type in expandable ListView. So we have this expandable ListView, okay? Inside this content, underline main.xml. Here, this is our expandable ListView. Now we want to actually bind those data that we actually get from this expandable ListView adapter and put that data inside this expandable ListView. So here I can just type in expandable ListView dot set adapter, okay? So here we need to specify the adapter. So we have this adapter here, adapter. Okay, so now let's actually run our project and see what happens. So now I want to actually show you an important point about 2-dimensional arrays. So here, as you can see, our application is actually running on this emulator. And if I actually click on this sports group view, we can see the children of this group view: boxing, kickboxing, judo, football, basketball. And if I actually click on these items, I can see this toast here, kickboxing. And now let's actually click on this computer group view here. And as you can see here, our application crashed. Unfortunately, app35 has stopped. So let's actually go to the log here at the bottom. And now we can see that here it says java.lang.arrayIndex out of bounds exception. Okay, length free, index free. So we actually accessed an index of an array that actually doesn't exist. Okay, and here, as you can see, it says expandable ListView adapter dot get child view. So the error exists. Actually, the error is actually happened on this method, get child view method. So if I click on this link here, now we can see this actually line of code. The error actually happened in this line of code, and here I am actually getting the children of this group view here. As you can see, we have this group view array, and we have this child names array. So now, as you can see here, we have this get group count, okay, and we have this get children count.